Hey guys, welcome back to Aussie Beekeeping. It's the 22nd of December. We're almost to the end of the year. One final push. I hope everybody's having a great run up to the Christmas break. I just wanted to let everybody know this is probably going to be my last video for a while. I've been struggling with making good content for you guys. I started this channel to make great bee content with great footage. And my season isn't allowing me to do that. So I'm gonna have a break. But I made one last video just to show you why. So check it out. So here we are, straight back into the Hornsby hive. It's been 2 weeks since we last looked in it. Let's see how they've been going. We've got bees on the outside frame. I have no idea what that beetle is. They're real quick. So no eggs in that frame. So these bees are from Robin's queen that she donated. They're real calm. So they've got no stores. I just don't know what's happening down here anymore. The first year we came down here, these guys were booming all my hives. I pulled 4 boxes off a brand new split. This year, so we've got brood. There's a bit of honey there. Obviously a bit of nectar where you see bums in the air. This frame's a bit heavier, but we've got really good brood here. And good brood there. That's laid out and we've got larvae through there. Really nice brood. There's no clear, clean wax around here, which is a bit of a concern. It means they don't have an abundance of nectar coming in. Brood's good, temperament's good. The bees look pretty healthy. I don't know how you tell how a bee's healthy, but they look pretty good. Smells good. And this is all laid out with eggs. Got a bit of nectar in them, a little bit of honey. This frame's really heavy. Looks like mainly brood. It's an old frame, that's probably why it's a bit heavier. There's our queen. She's still ticking along over here. And this outside frame. Just a little bit of nectar and that's all, nothing on the other side. So I think they need a little bit of food. But other than that, they're doing okay. Not great, okay. So we'll pack them up and we'll move on. So this is the original white hive. We flipped the boxes over last time, 4 weeks ago. Let's suss them out. Looks like nothing happening in the top box. No nectar. No, nothing. So there was all nectar in this from the bottom hive. So there was all nectar in this from the other box when I flipped them over. So, you know, this would have been a brood frame and it would have had brood and nectar up here, and that's all gone. You can see the way these caps are, you can see how they've chewed them open. So, what are we going to find downstairs? Nothing. So they managed to half draw out this next frame. So let's suss out this one. Nothing on that frame. So I suppose this is the benefit of flipping your boxes. You end up getting big fat sheets of brood like that. There's our queen. So we've got a sheet of brood there, and we've got another wall-to-wall sheet of brood there. Stores are right down. Hardly anything. So we probably had another sheet of brood here, but she's laid all this out and this is all emerging brood. And same on the other side. This one's got a bit of weight to it. It's probably because it's a bit older at home. Oh my goodness. There's nectar in there. Now there's nectar up in these, and in between all these brood cells there's some nectar. You can see them diving into them to eat them. There's not an abundance of food though, is there? Again. There we have another sheet of brood. So their population is right up. I'm just really disappointed. You know, at what point do you have to make a big change? Yeah, we've got nectar there, new fresh comb, and really good brood. Ow! What is this? So this whole bottom box, apart from the first two frames, is all brood. So I'm going to pop that in there. Maybe I'll come across two. I'll put this dodgy one in. And then I'll come across two more. I think I'll put this one in. It's starting to get a bit flighty. So in comparison to last time, their brood is, you know, pumping. Their food is, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10 is probably a 2. So I think I'm going to have to come down in a week, and I think I'm going to have to feed some of these. In Australia we're not allowed to open feed, so It's a hive by hive basis. So here we are at the purple hive. Fingers crossed, something's happening. So a little bit of bee action in the center of this top box, and there's a bit of weight. Okay, so this is just a little bit of brood and a little bit of honey, but so these are the two brood frames that I bought up from downstairs. A little bit of weight because they're older comb and they've got a little bit of nectar in them still. But they haven't eaten that nectar. It's probably a good thing. Last of the brood. Just a muck around cup. Okay, we'll take this box off, have a look at the next. Stuck together quite well, all these frames. A little bit of weight in this one. So we have honey, nectar, pollen. And we've just got bees, and there's probably a little bit of nectar in there based on the fact that the bees are milling around. Bums in the air there, see? I'll pop this aside and we'll check out the next one. So this has got a bit more weight to it, I can tell straight away. More honey, more pollen. And the bee numbers look pretty good. If only we had a little bit of a flow on, they'd probably fill that box upstairs pretty quick. So next frame in. That's all eggs. And that's all eggs as well. It's really quite hard to see. There's a tree above me and you can probably see the shadow of the tree coming across in the wind. It's a little bit hard to see. A little bit of like brown pollen there. I wonder if that's off maybe a grass. This one's got some good weight to it. Lots of bees, and that's all brood. Look at that larvae, I should say. And they're creating this new comb, and that's all full of eggs. I'll give you a look after we have a look on this side. So that's eggs, and you can see up here there's some nectar as well. So you can see she's laid out most of that. Not many eggs down that end, but through the middle there's plenty. So no real eggs in there, nothing really happening. And this next frame, which is the one we inserted, I mean they've started to draw it out, but that's about it. I didn't see the queen, I'm not too concerned just yet. We know they've got a queen. A few bees on the back of the hive there, I just wanted to get rid of. Alright, Queen excluder back on, box back on, close them up. Okay, so red hive, here we are. Let's have a look. Good bee numbers up the top. They've got an excluder on them. Let's have a quick suss of these frames. Just bees, old brood. So we must have done a demarray on this one, or at least flip the boxes over. Oh yes, I remember. This is a new comb we bought up from the bottom. I was wondering why it had fresh eggs in it. Sorry, why it had fresh brood in it. Nectar. Lots of drones. So when you take your brood up above the excluder, all the drones get trapped. Brood, and just look at all those drones. And nectar in that one as well. So they are finding something. Let's have a look in this bottom box. See what we find. Nothing in that outside frame. Vented bottom on these guys. So here we've got some brood, a little bit old. Nothing. We've got good brood coverage underneath here, and there's our queen in the shadow. Other side. Brood. Happy. This side, another really good brood frame. Same on that side. So these guys are doing all right. Oh, this one's really heavy. Must have some nectar on the other side. It's got some eggs down here. What is on the other side here? Oh no, it's all just brood. Maybe it's nectar up in here. Yeah, nectar. That new bit of comb, and it's got some fresh eggs. And that looks like about it for these guys. One last frame with looks like just nectar in it. Yeah, a little bit of nectar. So they're just sort of plugging along. They're not doing anything special, just like the rest of the hives. Tell you what, I'm not going to put any, yes I am, I'm going to put this outside, no I'm going to put this frame here. So I'm going to put this outside frame in the centre. Close them up. Check out the next one. So 4 weeks ago we checkerboarded in another box, and they've got an excluder. So we hope to see a bit of action upstairs. We've got some bees coming out the top. It looks like a lot of bees up the top, but this will be a false sense of hope. There'll be nothing in this. It'll just be bees. Oh wow, we've actually got nectar. Well, there you go. And that looks like nice nectar too. Alright, well, we've got some nectar. I don't think that came from downstairs. Last of the brood and some nectar up the top. So they're the frames that I checkerboarded in. Nectar up the top. So they're actually bringing in something. I don't know where they are getting it and other hives aren't. But basically all these frames up here have got glistening nectar in them. Alright, I'm just going to pull that box off and have a look in the bottom. Okay, so bottom box, 4 weeks since we put some frames in here. Nothing. Wow. I might change the name of my YouTube channel to just nothing. Beekeeping without nectar. That is absolutely empty as could be. Far out. There's our queen. It's that old story, why the Italians aren't doing any good down here and everybody else is. I mean, they're bringing in stuff, they're bringing in nectar, but where the hell's the brood? Got one frame. So we are, what are we? We're 4 months into our season. So our 3-month spring has come and gone, and 1 month of summer has come and gone. And it's just ridiculous. Far out. We've got 2 frames of brood. Nothing. Not a skerrick. So we've got food upstairs, 2 frames of brood. I just can't believe it. So you might remember I squished these guys over onto one side of the hive, mainly just to keep them a little bit warmer. I didn't have a nuke on me. Hopefully they haven't done too much over this side, but we'll find out. Nope. Zilch. I don't know if that's worked, that little system. Nothing in those cells. Nothing in those cells. Oh, hello there. So, whopping big chunk of brood. Whopping big chunk of brood. Queen cell, queen cup. We've got nectar around here, which is nice. Another nice frame of brood, which is good to see. And another one on that side. So their stores are minimal. Here we've got a little bit of weight in this. So a little bit of nectar and a little bit of pollen. I didn't see the queen. I'm not too worried. I'm just going to see if I can find some eggs. Yeah, so we've got some eggs down here, not many. Maybe they've swarmed. I can't imagine. This queen is crap. Alright. So they've got eggs. I don't know where the queen is. I don't really care. You know, they had a new queen somewhere. So orange hive, let's have a look and see what these guys aren't doing. So outside frame is empty. Next frame in, it's got a bit of nectar. You can probably see that glistening. It's probably sugar water. It's got a bit of flavour to it, so it might not be sugar water. Next frame in. There's no eggs in there. Just bees and hatched brood. So there's no eggs in that frame either. And no eggs in that. This is emerging brood. You can see that baby bee over here coming out. Nope, no eggs. And although we've got a little bit of pollen, but there's no eggs in that one either. So we're 4 frames into a 6 frame hive and we have 0 eggs. So these are probably queenless. Alright, well, I started this channel to make great bee content. I started this channel to make great bee content for you, the viewer. This year has made it almost impossible to do that. So it's time for a break. It's time to regroup. It's time to just let these guys relax. Just let them be bees for a while and see what happens. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.